lies ahead now comes the playoffs, now comes a second trophy, you got one, and now comes a chance to go after a second one.
You know, this is that time of year where you know, we're not streamlined. Like there isn't one playoffs that leads to an end. Like you got a 2 out of 3, and then you got, you know, we run this 3-week tournament. So you kind of have to play it like right now, like a little bit like regular season. You know, because we got a best 2 out of 3 at home, and that gets you the right to get to the next round. So, and then you got the NCAA behind that. So it's about keeping them grounded, like just taking 1 week at a time, because one step at a time. Because I call it the kind of, there's a little yo-yo that goes on, and you got to know how to handle it.
Does this group, in your mind, feel like they're ready for it?
Oh, yeah.
What you've seen?
Yeah. I mean, I mean, if you look at the body of work and you know where we've been the last few years and the returning players we have, yeah, I got a lot of trust and faith in this group.
Is there a silver lining in playing this weekend as opposed to sitting?
A monster silver lining in playing this weekend. I am dead against what we do. You know, to know when we've been in that situation, going 25 days with 2 games. You know, or even like our league, just our league. You know, you lose and you're in the tournament because we're gonna have a team. We're gonna have, you know, a lot of years, 3, 4 teams, maybe even 5 some years in the tournament, and we have time. You're sitting this time of year, so this was my perfect scenario: win the league and play this weekend.
I know that you normally do 2 games in a series. Is there like a difference in preparing for 3 games now against Notre Dame?
The only thing is we took a day off this week, preparing that we save some mileage on our legs. We'll go shorter in practice, and you have to be prepared that you have to be prepared to go 3. Mm-hmm. But we got to go for Friday first.
Right.
You're trying to end a team season. That gets tougher and tougher each time?
Yeah, yes, and I think there are 2 things in the Big Ten. One, the difference between a 7th place team, which is last place in our top of the league, in our league, is minuscule. Yet when you're going through that, it's no fun to be down. But the season's over, and you get a fresh start. Last year, Ohio State finished the 7th and knocked off Wisconsin. And I think that is normal. I think that could be, that's not an aberration in our league. There's not a, you know, I think I talked about last week in our old league, there was a distinct difference between the top of the league and the bottom, and you get that around the country. There is not in our league, and then this is a Jeff Jackson coach team. They've got some good hockey players, and it's a fresh start for them, and we have, you know, that they're looking for a ray of hope, for a new beginning, and we need to be sharp. We need to be on top of our game.
And you can remind them what happened last time too, when you played them, they got the win. Is that something that they hope?
Well, we won't play 3-on-3 this time.
That's true.
So, ever. If I get my way, ever again. But
The comeback that you had to grab a share of the Big Ten regular season title, how much did the team show you? Maybe you already knew this was in them, but you talked about it when we taped the coaches show, just about how they were committed to get it, the desire of your players.
well, the whole weekend, a couple of ways. The whole weekend I liked how we were playing, but I really liked how we were ready to go Saturday night. And as hockey will have it, we took the game over, and then there's a 5-minute penalty on that I still don't think that, you know, whatever, it happens, and then they tie. So from being up 3-1, take a goal off the board, and then now you got, you know, you gave them hope back, and then, you know, their third goal was just a kind of fluky goal, but the way we were playing, and I loved our response. I really didn't think, once we were on the bench and the way our guys were playing, I didn't think we were going to lose. But when crazy stuff happens, you know, you got to deal with it. And our guys dealt with it that night.
You brought Matthew Wood in here as a transfer. what has he done for your team? What were you expecting out of him, and has he surpassed that?
Well, I mean, one, we heard about him, and, we got to watch on tape because, he was an East Coast, we didn't know a lot about him. So we've got to learn and know him. And, not only is he, the fact he's a junior, he's still one of the younger players in the country. That's how young he is. I mean, he was eligible for, and to watch where he, and we had to get to know him, and it took a while to get to know him. Like, he and I had the talk early in the year and even midway point. I said, "You're kind of a freshman to me. I'm learning you." And I go, I kind of feel like I'm not giving you enough coaching yet, because a lot of times when we get a young guy, we just watch and observe and kind of figure him out. But I love where he's taking his game, playing down low more and being, with that big body. He's kind of learning a new toy, and he's got so much talent. Like, he likes to play on the rush. I told him that's boring stuff. You don't want to play on the rush. You go play in the Bloody Nose Alley, and where he got the goal the other night, and the transition stuff he'll get, and I don't know if he'll be back with us next year in this situation. I hope he is, because I've seen tremendous growth in his game, and I think now there's even more to come with him. So, and he's big body, he's a little different than what we get around here sometimes, little scat backs, and he's gaining confidence too as he goes through this thing.
You feel he has that versatility where he can move around quite a bit?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. And when you say move around, like,
if you needed that one line to get going, you move him on now on, move him
well,
down
that's
another.
the key to our team all year has been, and I said it, the versatility of our offense is our key, that all the lines contribute. And when we've been in all these games now where a guy gets hurt or goes down, we can switch things around. Our guys never bothers our team, never throws us off, and I think that's a key for us. And, there's some nights we have, whether it's 3 first lines or 3 second lines. We're not fancy, but we're deep and solid. And when we are deep and solid is when we're at our best.
What do you think your biggest strengths going into this weekend are?
When we're playing our game, and when we're playing above pucks and getting pucks deep and strong on the little areas of the game, face-offs, and just playing with our entire lineup, I think every coach is going to tell you that's, because we don't rely on just one line that's going to go out and get us a lead, or and our power play has been very good lately, and we're getting it from both units. Our special teams is just very solid. We just need to be solid in our areas, and that gives us that's when we're at our best, when we are just a solid hockey team.
Is there anything that you think you're really working towards going into this weekend, like something you need to improve on?
We now as a group have identified when we're at our best, and what we look like. We need to get to that.
Mason, it's tournament time again. What is that doing to the excitement level of the team right now?
Yeah, it's a whole new season, so you kind of just got to start from the beginning, back to the basics. Everyone's got a chance now, so just right back to the beginning.
Bob kind of said that was the best thing that could happen is that you guys get to play this weekend and still get to share the title. Were you guys eager to play another weekend?
Yeah, I think it just keeps you into it mentally. We've had the bye, I think, my sophomore and junior year, and it's pretty tough, especially when you come back in the semifinal Big Ten game. So, we like it. Obviously, we'd like to be the #1 only champion, but that didn't happen, and, we're looking forward to playing Notre Dame this weekend.
What did the Saturday game show you guys, the comeback you had, especially you went from kind of a high of going up 3-1 on that goal that gets waved off?
Yeah, I think it showed a lot of resiliency, especially there. That's a tough place to play, and, to come out of that one for Sewells, I know it was a tough weekend for him too, just mentally. But, he battled, our whole team battled, and we battled behind him. So, it was definitely a lot of resiliency and trying to stay even keel throughout the process of a whole 60 minutes.
You guys brought in Matthew Wood this year as a transfer from UConn. What's he showing you, and what's it been like that you've noticed on his, I guess, fitting in with the team, acclimating to it?
Yeah, he's awesome. He's been a big piece of our offense, and you see it this weekend. He's blocking shots, hitting guys You know, he wants to win. He's a competitor, so he fit right in right from the beginning. And, you know, obviously his skill set speaks for itself. You know, he's a big power forward who can score. So, you know, he's been great for us and fits in just nicely.
Anything surprise you when he came in here? I mean, he's kind of sight unseen by a lot of players, I suppose.
Yeah, you know, honestly, I didn't really know him too well before. I didn't really know anyone who knew him, especially just being Canadian and playing out east. So, didn't really have any expectations one way or another. But you know, was definitely surprised playing with him, just how good of a player he is, how smart, and just his winning competitiveness. You know, he wants to win. He really cares about his teammates, even though he's only been here for 6-7 months. He cares about everyone. So, just that part's really impressive from him.
We talked a little bit to the coach about what the team has been doing to prepare for the 3-game series, but what are you personally doing for it?
Yeah, I mean, you just kind of have to take it one game at a time. I know last year we played Penn State, beat them Friday night, and then Saturday night was an absolute war. It was tough. I think we got outshot like 50-20 and came away with a win, but probably didn't deserve it. So it's always tough to end a team season. So you just gotta be in the moment, stay present, and you know, one period at a time.
What did you take from that last series against Penn State?
Everyone's
Or,
good.
Notre Dame.
Yeah, everyone's good. I mean, you know, they're the 7th seed, but they probably wouldn't be a 7th seed in any other conference. You know, they're a great hockey team. We have a lot of respect for them, and we've had, I mean, even the wins we've had against them, they've been close games. So a lot of respect for one another. It should be another good battle.
They tend to have a lot of Minnesotans on their team too. Is it you know, good rivalry there?
Yeah, for sure. You know, they definitely probably want to show out a little more. They got some more away fans here, so you know, there's definitely a little rivalry knowing each other growing up and stuff. So
You got your Atlanta Hornets playing tomorrow. You got any wagers with any teammates? Anybody?
Unfortunately, we got no Rogers guys, so no, but it'll be good. We were at Ritter watching the section final, and that was fun. Good to see them beat Wayzata, so wishing them the best. I think they're a 5 seed this year, so they'll be wearing the green all tournament, so it'll be good.
What are you guys mostly looking out for Notre Dame going into this weekend?
Yeah, you know, I think they like to have their D part of their offense a lot, working on their D zone, making sure that we're blocking shots, staying in lanes. They scored, I think, 2 or 3 goals last time we played them, doing that. And, you know, they're a good team. They got some really high-end guys, and, you know, their first power play is good, so we got to be on it defensively.